Just from our perspective, my man, it just seems a little strange that you don't want to tell us where she is.
All right, I got nothing else to say to you guys. So.
Don't you
hurt?
No.
Okay. So she's alive.
What?
Your daughter's alive?
Yeah.
You're sure?
I'm positive.
December 31st, 2021. A freezing night in Manchester, New Hampshire. Officer Craig Stanzel approaches a dark car parked at Wolf Park. Inside sits Adam Montgomery. He is a violent felon and active drug addict. His defensive, snapping words are captured on a raw bodycam recording. He thinks he is hiding a secret. He thinks he has erased his 5-year-old daughter, Harmony. But the truth is already rotting in the dark. Fast forward to February 24. The courtroom of the Hillsborough Superior Court is completely silent. The defense table looks bizarre. Defense lawyers Carolyn Smith and James Brooks sit alone. The leather chair next to them is entirely vacant. Adam Montgomery refuses to attend his own murder trial. He is a coward fleeing from his own reality. But even without his presence, the prosecution prepares to open a door into an absolute, unimaginable American nightmare. The prosecutor takes the podium. They reveal a discovery that chills the jury to their very bones. It is a forensic miracle found inside the ceiling vent of a crowded homeless shelter. There is no body. Harmony Montgomery's physical form is missing, vanished into the criminal underworld. Yet science has spoken. This is the ultimate narrative of a systemic collapse, a cross-city migration of a gym bag, and a microscopic breakthrough that proved a murder without a corpse. To comprehend the scale of this horror, we must look at the structural failure that started it all. February 29th, 29. The Essex Juvenile Court in Massachusetts becomes the stage for a catastrophic legal error. Judge Mark Newman is presiding. Before him stands Harmony, a 5-year-old child, legally blind in her right eye, vulnerable, and completely dependent on the mercy of the state. She needs a protector, but the system is about to hand her to a monster. Judge Newman makes a fateful decree. He awards full legal and physical custody to Adam Montgomery. In doing so, the court completely ignores the mandatory interstate compact on the placement of children, known as the ICPC. This legal protocol requires a thorough background and home verification check before a child crosses state lines from Massachusetts to New Hampshire. This vital safety net is cast aside. The court bypasses Adam's history of violence and substance dependency. Before this ruling, Adam's access to Harmony was strictly restricted to 20 hours of limited supervised visits. He had not proven himself to be a stable parental figure. Yet, the legal machinery pushes forward, placing an innocent child into the hands of an active drug user with an extensive criminal record. Harmony is removed from her familiar surroundings and handed over to Adam and her stepmother, Kyla Montgomery. The trap is set, and the countdown begins. By July 29, 19, the warning signs turn into physical evidence of abuse. Kevin Montgomery, Adam's own uncle, visits the family. He witnesses something that makes his blood run cold. Harmony has a deep purple-black bruise covering her right eye. It is the very eye where she is already legally blind. Kevin confronts his nephew. He knows Adam's explosive temper. Distraught, Kevin contacts the New Hampshire Department for Children, Youth, and Families. The agency, known as DCYF, receives the physical abuse report. A caseworker is assigned to check on the welfare of the 5-year-old girl. They conduct a superficial interview. Adam offers a smooth, dismissive excuse, claiming the bruise was accidental, caused by a toy or a simple trip. The caseworker notes the explanation and closes the file without further forensic evaluation or intensive follow-up. The state bureaucracy looks away, leaving Harmony completely unprotected. What followed was a slow descent into extreme housing instability and societal isolation. By late autumn, 29th, Adam, Kayla, Harmony, and their 2 small infants are evicted from their residence. They have no money, no support system, and a severe addiction to illicit substances. Their world shrinks into the cold interior of a gray 2001 Chrysler Sebring. This mechanical shell becomes their home, their shelter, and eventually a rolling execution chamber. December 7th, 29th. The timeline narrows down to a specific, horrific sequence of events. The family spends the morning driving across Manchester, looking for drugs and food stamps. They pull into the parking lot of a Burger King located on the corner of Webster and Elm Street. The atmosphere inside the vehicle is thick with tension, chemical withdrawal, and unspoken rage. In the back seat sits Harmony, shivering, hungry, and entirely helpless. Inside the car, a trivial incident triggers a lethal explosion of violence. Harmony suffers 2 consecutive bathroom accidents on the vehicle's fabric seats. This minor, normal child accidents push Adam Montgomery past the point of sanity. He spins around in the driver's seat. He does not yell. He does not scold. Instead, he delivers a succession of brutal, closed-fist punches directly into the face and head of his 5-year-old daughter. Kayla Montgomery sits in the passenger seat, holding an infant. She watches everything. She does nothing to stop the physical assault. Adam drives away from the fast food restaurant, steering with one hand while occasionally turning back to strike the child again. He tells Kayla that he is closing her eye and making her stop. This is premeditated, concentrated violence inside a moving metal box, hidden from the eyes of a busy city going about its day. Harmony drops onto the floorboards of the back seat. Adam covers her small, broken body with a ragged blanket. For hours, the Chrysler Sebring drives through the streets of Manchester. The parents buy drugs. They consume them. They conduct transactions. No one checks on the child beneath the blanket. The post-mortem interval is beginning right there, under the feet of her own siblings, as the cold New Hampshire winter temperature starts to seep into the car. Hours later, the car breaks down completely near a local gas station. It is only then that Adam Montgomery reaches into the back and pulls the blanket away. Harmony is cold. Her skin displays the unmistakable signs of livor mortis and rigor mortis. She is dead. Kayla Montgomery would later testify to the sheer panic that followed.
Kayla, can you tell the jurors what happened when Adam returned to the vehicle after his methadone treatment?
When Adam came back to the vehicle, he could smell urine, and he started yelling at Harmony and kept hitting her in the head repetitively.
Yet, this panic does not lead to a call to emergency services. It leads to a cold, calculated campaign of concealment. Adam does not shed a tear. Instead, he folds the 5-year-old's body, compressing her tiny skeletal frame, and forces her into a blue Under Armour gym bag. He zips it shut. The child who has failed by the legal system is now reduced to cargo. He places the gym bag in the trunk of the broken car. This is the beginning of the grim transit, a horrific journey where Harmony's remains will be shifted across multiple locations like a piece of contraband. The Chrysler Sebring is towed away to a local junkyard, but Adam manages to retrieve the Under Armour gym bag before the vehicle is hauled off. For the next several weeks, the bag stays with them. They move into the apartment of a relative. The bag is placed inside a red and white igloo cooler on a common porch. Visitors pass by it, completely unaware that the plastic cooler contains the decomposing remains of a child. How could a human being execute such an act? The transient lifestyle of the Montgomery family takes them to the family's in-transition shelter, known as the Fit Shelter, on Market Street. This facility houses dozens of vulnerable people. Adam brings the gym bag inside. He needs a permanent hiding place. He climbs up onto a piece of furniture, moves a plastic panel, and pushes the Under Armour bag deep into the ceiling ventilation shaft of the shelter room. He seals the panel back into place. As weeks turn into months, the natural process of decomposition begins. A putrid, unmistakable odor starts to emanate from the ceiling vent. Other residents in the Fit shelter notice the horrific smell. They lodge multiple complaints with the building management, complaining of a foul stench that makes the room unbearable. But the management dismisses the complaints as a clogged drain or a dead rodent. The warning is ignored, and the secret remains suspended above their heads. During this entire period, a chilling financial fraud is taking place. Kayla Montgomery continues to cash Harmony's state food stamps. Month after month, she submits the paperwork to the state of New Hampshire, claiming the child is living under her roof and consuming food provided by public funds. The bureaucracy checks the boxes and deposits the money. The state is paying for the sustenance of a child who is already dead, hidden inside a ventilation shaft. By late spring 2020, Adam Montgomery takes a job at the Portland Pie Company, a commercial pizza restaurant in downtown Manchester. He realizes the shelter ceiling is not secure long-term. One night, he retrieves the Under Armour gym bag from the Fit vent. He transports it directly to his workplace. He walks into the commercial kitchen, opens an industrial walk-in freezer, and places the gym bag among the restaurant's food supplies. Harmony's frozen remains sit inside a commercial kitchen where hundreds of families buy food every single week. The absolute cognitive dissonance required to work shifts alongside your murdered daughters. Body is a testament to Adam's psychological state. He operates the ovens, prepares the dough, and cleans the counters, all while a blue gym bag sits frozen solid meters away. But this was merely an interim step in his horrific logistics. The family moves again, this time to an apartment located at 644 Union Street. It is here that the final, most grotesque phase of the concealment takes place. Adam retrieves the frozen gym bag from the Portland Pie Company freezer. The remains are solid, rigid, and impossible to compress further for permanent disposal. He carries the bag into the small bathroom of the Union Street apartment and places it directly into the bathtub. In a drug-fueled, horrific procedure that lasted for hours, Adam Montgomery runs hot water over the gym bag to defrost his daughter's body. Kayla Montgomery sits outside the bathroom door, listening to the sound of running water and the physical manipulation of the remains. She would later describe under oath how Adam used lye, bought from a local Home Depot, to accelerate the destruction of the biological tissues, trying to dissolve any trace of identity. Adam wears heavy rubber gloves. He compresses the remaining skeletal structure, packing it tighter into a smaller container. He leaves the apartment, boards a rented U-Haul commercial van, and drives into an unknown destination in the Massachusetts area. He returns hours later, empty-handed. The body of Harmony Montgomery is gone, hidden so thoroughly in the landscape that it has never been found to this day. He believes he has committed the perfect, traceless crime. For 2 entire years, the world remains completely silent. Harmony is missing, but no one alert the authorities. Her biological mother, Crystal Sorey, is caught in her own struggle with substance abuse, trying desperately to contact Adam to see her daughter. Every message is blocked, every call ignored. Adam spins a web of lies, telling relatives that Harmony has been reunited with her mother, or that she is safe with another family member. The illusion holds. It is not until late December 2021 that the system finally awakens from its lethargy. Crystal Sorey contacts the Manchester Police Department, formalizing a desperate plea. She states that she has not seen her daughter in over 2 years, and that Adam Montgomery is refusing to provide any proof of life. The police finally launch an official investigation. They realize that a 5-year-old child has effectively evaporated from the state of New Hampshire. December 31st, 21. Officer Craig Stanzel finds Adam sleeping in a car at Wolf Park. The body cam captures his total lack of empathy.
All right, I got nothing else to say to you guys. So.
Don't
Is she
you?
hurt?
No.
Okay. So she's alive.
What?
Your daughter's alive?
Yeah,
You're sure?
I'm positive.
His aggressive stance, his defensive anger. I have nothing to say to you. He claims Harmony is fine, but refuses to give details. The police arrest him on charges of child endangerment and physical assault stemming from the old 29th uncle's report. The forensic gears begin to turn, but they are searching for a phantom. Summer 2022. The investigation takes a dramatic scientific turn. Investigators execute a search warrant at the Fit Homeless Shelter room where Adam and Kayla once lived. The ceiling panel is removed. Officer Riley Scott and forensic technician Rachel Radwich step into the room. They are not looking for a body anymore. They are looking for microscopic traces of a life cut short. They dismantle the ceiling ventilation system piece by piece. They focus on the sheetrock inside the ceiling vent. It looks discolored, stained by fluid. The technician performs a biological extraction on the porous material. They cut away pieces of the drywall and transport them directly to the State Forensic Laboratory. The samples undergo intensive genetic sequencing. What they discover is a massive, undeniable biological profile that shatters the defense's claims of an accidental disappearance. The DNA results are absolute. The statistical DNA match yielded a staggering likelihood ratio of 1.1 times 10 to the 12th power. That is 1,100,000,000,000 times more likely to be Harmony Montgomery's biological material than that of any random individual in the general population. The fluid that stained the shelter ceiling was her blood, her genetic signature stamped permanently into the structure of the building. The ghost had left a voice. But the forensic miracle does not stop there. Fingerprint expert Martin Orlovich enters the investigation. He takes the metal support rails that held the ceiling tiles and the ventilation duct together. Utilizing advanced chemical enhancement techniques, he develops 13 latent prints on the cold metal surface. 9 of those prints are distinct high-quality palm prints. They do not belong to a shelter worker. They belong to Adam Montgomery. The dactyloscopy of forensics establishes something even more damning. The palm prints were not just left on the metal. They were stamped directly into and fixed within Harmony's dried blood on the support rails. Adam's physical hands had pressed into his daughter's life fluid as he jammed the under armor bag into the dark shaft. The physical evidence bridges the gap between the missing body and the reality of the murder. He had literally left his signature in blood. The legal strategy of the state of New Hampshire now faces a classic criminalistic challenge: a homicide trial without a body. This legal phenomenon requires an airtight chain of circumstantial and physical evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the victim is dead, and that death was caused by a criminal act. The empty defense chair in February 24 becomes a symbol of the cowardice of a man who knew science had trapped him. Kayla Montgomery takes the stand as the state's star witness. Her testimony is emotional, raw, and devastating. She details the horrific timeline inside the Chrysler Sebring, the defrosting process in the Union Street bathtub, and the systematic lies told to protect Adam. The defense attempts a brutal cross-examination, trying to paint her as a liar who fabricated the story to get a reduced sentence for her own financial fraud charges. But the scientific data cannot be cross-examined. The jury deliberates. The mathematical probability of the DNA match, combined with the structural alignment of the palm prints fixed in blood, leaves no room for doubt. On February 22, 24, the verdict is read aloud in the silent courtroom.
Defendant Adam Montgomery with the crime of second-degree assault. Do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson?
That is correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
Guilty. Adam Montgomery is convicted of second-degree murder, falsifying physical evidence, and tampering with witnesses. The empty chair receives the judgment, a hollow ending for a violent life. Now, we must step away from the cold forensic charts and enter the deep emotional reality of this case. The human cost of the murder of Harmony Montgomery is a heavy weight that tears at the fabric of society. We look at Crystal Sorey, the biological mother. Her grief is not just a personal tragedy. It is an open wound exposed to a system that failed to hear her cries for help for 2 long, agonizing years. Her reality was shattered by a bureaucratic silence. And what of Jameson Miller, Harmony's younger half-brother? Separated from her by adoption, he lost his biological sister, his natural protector in a chaotic world. The psychological scars left on the family and the surrounding community of Manchester run incredibly deep. This tragedy shatters the fragile illusion of safety that we construct behind our ordinary residential facades. It forces us to look into the dark spaces where our institutions look away. We close this archive with a vital realization. The scientific truth left behind by Adam Montgomery's own palms in that ceiling vent ensured that Harmony's name could never be erased from history. Science spoke for a child who had been completely silenced by human malice. Her memory remains alive because the microscopic clues refused to burn, refused to dissolve, and refused to disappear in the dark underworld of Manchester. Here at the Human Files, we closely read every single comment left by our community. Your voice, your analytical perspective, and your compassion are the core of this channel. We warmly invite you to share your thoughts, your theories on how the justice system failed Harmony, or your deep dive case requests below. We will actively investigate and produce dedicated long-form documentary videos on the specific cases you ask us to cover. How can we, as a collective society, guarantee that the most vulnerable among us are never abandoned to the shadows again? Let us remember Harmony Renee Montgomery, a little girl who deserved a life of light, safety, and love. Please consider subscribing to the Human Files to ensure these vital stories are never forgotten, and that the names of the innocent are forever preserved in our collective memory. Until next time, stay safe, stay alive.